gotta be gyro. I mean, you got a clockwork on your team as well. As long as you have that range, once you get that, maybe a dragon lance, you have no problem shooting inside the cogs, even without that. As long as you're pretty close to the cogs, you can shoot it. But I feel like those two heroes combo pretty well with each other. The gyro clockwork, going mech, maybe get Timbersaw, maybe get Tinker afterwards. Team Mech Tech, I don't know. I doubt that they're going for a lore-friendly draft right now when they're.
You just say Tinker?
I did. I mean, I don't want to see a Tinker. I'm just thinking of Mechanized. Oh, no.
I love that hero. Especially watching OP play that hero back in the day for that IG squad. Great hero.
Although I've got PTSD over Tinker.
Really? Well, I guess in my bracket, you don't really play against Tinker unless it's like a scripting player. That or Smurf. I feel like Tinker just doesn't get played that low level, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh yeah, I totally automatically use all my buttons at the same time and insta hex you, yules you and whatnot.
Yeah,
I'm just that good, man.
I mean, the thing is that they're still sitting at that MMR despite using scripts, so they're probably pretty bad at literally every other aspect of the game. You can just play around that, right?
Potentially. Invoker Sven. What else are we gonna see? What's like a Brax hero? Axe? Pudge. Okay. Alright, 4 Zoomers getting fun with it. With the Pudge.
I think this is the first Pudge we've seen this tournament, right?
It's the first Pudge I've seen in a long time. In a game
that I'm on. Guy I was on with the other day is a mid-Pudge player. I've got no love for that. So his hero opinions were disregarded. Had some other interesting facts to talk about, though. The Ricky. Saw him in chat earlier. Mid-Pudge is disgusting, though. Even if you're a good person, if you pick mid-Pudge, and again, you're saying like, oh yeah, when I can't have that, I need to play Pudge in position 5. You're also ruining your game for your team. You're better than this. You don't have to do this to yourself or your fellow man. You can pick other heroes.
What do you go with this Pudge? I mean, it's what? Just like, is it Pudge? It's not Pudge mid though, right?
No.
It's a Pudge offlane.
It might be a Pudge offlane. You can pair Chen with it.
So Void Wisp.
Okay. That one's all right. I prefer seeing the Void with somebody that can kind of keep it sustained and land like a Warlock, like a Witch Doctor, which also weren't banned out. But again, IO, if it's available at the start of the draft, they didn't want them to have that Sven IO combo again in this game. So it made a bit of sense that they picked that one up. The Faceless Void actually countered out in some ways by the Pudge, because Hook, of course, is one of the abilities that can save people from the Chronosphere. So that's something that he's going to have to worry about. Make sure he's always positioning himself or the Chrono in a way that he can't just save his allies or hook the Faceless Void out.
10 seconds.
They'll probably have some fun with this, though. Again, I think that Haven Liberty,
5 seconds.
They really need to win this game. Maybe even if they win, they're not going to be far enough, have enough points to make it into the group, or sorry, make it through the group stage into the playoffs, but we'll see.
See you later, nerds.
What if they win here? They get a split. They're 1, 3, and 4. It technically puts 4 Zoomers at 1, 3, and 3, and 0 are technically 1, 3, and 3. So if 0 lose tomorrow and maybe Crazy lose tomorrow, well, Zoomers play Quincy Crew and Crazy, so I mean, Haven Liberty could certainly, like, I think a win here definitely keeps them in the mix. Oh, Hiko mid with the Snapfire.
Hiko mid with the Snapfire. The biggest thing. I just want to see the score change. So a win is worth a point and a loss is worth 0 points or something like that. I don't know. Maybe make the scores easier to read for us. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, they have some weird pointing system.
It's Persona City over there.
Yeah, disgusting. The Child Invoker is creepy, and I don't know why they added it to the game.
The Pudge one kind of freaks me out.
I don't mind the Pudge one, although it's a little bit obvious when he's winding up his hook. That's my only complaint about that one. Visually, of course, the hook looks smaller than it actually is when it connects with people. That's more of like a you problem, get good at the game, know how wide the hook is thing, rather than an issue with the persona. Again, persona just there's no like move back with the hand animation. It just kind of jumps all the way back there. So it's very telegraphed when he's about to hook somebody, which can be a problem if you're a Pudge player. But he's opted to keep it on anyways, you know, Ocean down to pay to lose. I think there's a Tinker set like that as well, where it telegraphs everywhere the march is going to hit in like a grid at the same time you cast it, and then the machines start coming by. I don't really understand the point of that. Anyways, game number 2 for Zoomers versus Haven Liberty.
Dose. Way to go.
Can they take the first 1-1 of the day? Bkop, what do you think?
I'm going to go with yes.
Okay, you're believers. Believers in the void.
I'm, as the kids would say, a believer.
Prepare
I
for
think that's the same thing, right?
All right. That's enough of that. Enough fun. I need you miserable. I need you
Oh, okay.
casting some play-by-play, you know? Down the trenches, really grinding this one out with me. I don't want you to have fun saying believers and any of that stuff, okay?
All right. I've got a portable shovel in my room. I'll take it out. I'll dig a trench for us. We'll cast from the trenches.
Ooh.
As long as we're using a periscope to like look over the trenches and cast via one of those.
Feels like we're in the trenches with this Pudge, am I right, viewers?
Yes. Viewers are gonna say 1 for yes, 2 for no. Chat interaction. There we go.
Yeah, professional Twitch streamer now. Been doing this for a couple of days. Hiko. This is actually, yeah, Snapfire mid. Let's go.
When the last time he played this, it started well.
Yeah. It started well. Obviously, he had decent harass on the enemy with his abilities. He was able to clear out the jungle and creep waves very quickly with the Scatter Blast and the Fire Snap cookie. He got lots of farm. It did great. It fell off towards the end of the game, just due to, I guess, the positioning of his teammates and maybe some of the items he built. I feel like it has potential to work. I'm ready to see something different. Hiko says he's pulling out pocket strats and he's finally taking his weighted training clothes off, so he's ready to go. Let's see it. This game more important than anything else. I think if they lose this, they're basically denied a spot in the playoffs. Can he beat Gunner's mid-invoker? Can he snowball out of control? He starts by blocking too many creeps. Rookie mistake.
Oh, Gunner just getting deny city. Oh gosh, I thought that was gonna be a third deny right there. I think he scatterblasted and he didn't even get that last hit.
That is correct. He scatterblasted and he didn't even get that last hit.
So Hiko gonna really push in the creep wave. Hopefully get that equilibrium back after these creeps die. If he can get maybe a little bit of a block on, but
That is good.
it's all right. It's just very easy for Invoker
Yeah.
at
It
the
is.
moment. I want to watch this Pudge. I'm very interested about this Pudge. I have not seen the Persona Pudge in a pro game just yet. So I'm ready to see. Yeah, I wanted it to be a core. I'll tell you that much.
Did I mix my
For a little while, there was a popular build when Flesh Heap gave you extra HP regen. You'd run them with the Chen. You'd end up getting like, I don't know, like 2 braces on the Pudge. You'd have the Chen passive. He'd build a headdress, and then you'd get like, I don't know, 20 to 30 HP regen a second at like level 3 or 4. Yeah, it was wild. You couldn't really out harass it. And so you just had to kind of accept that Pudge was going to exist inside your lane and get CS. And also harass you out.
Ocean trying to hook a creep over. Make sure that pull doesn't happen. He just skilled that hook too, and he doesn't exactly have a lot of experience going his way. He's left Monkeys Forever by himself, who's about to hit that level 3 already. Duster level 2 bashes out on a Monkeys Forever. He's in some trouble. The right click's coming in. Fairy Fire eaten by this Beastmaster. Ocean will right-click away and just make some space for the salve to be drank. It's a liquid, right? Salve. Ooh, hook. Hit Duster, but nothing more. Because it's a flask, right?
It's a type of gamer juice, yeah.
Okay, it's original monster.
It's actually dispellable, I found out a little while ago.
Ooh, time walk. Was hoping for that first hit bash afterwards.
So I'm not sure if it's actually a drink if you can dispel it.
Oh,
Maybe a salve is more like a magic ointment. I don't want to think about the implications of that. Let's look over here on mid. Bkop versus the Invoker. Bkop doing a lot worse than he did the first time he played this mid snap. Unfortunately, he's behind Invoke with CS right now. 17-4 on the Invoker 2 lead. 14-2 on Snapfire. But as much as I want to look at this mid Snapfire and talk about it, there's not going to be a whole lot of action here either. Quad Sweat's Invoker is going to have too much sustain. Even though you have that huge DPS in the form of Scatterblast and the Cookie, you're going to out-heal it with that Quas build on Invoker. The action's probably going to happen top.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it looks like it should, right? Ocean's constantly looking to set up for that hook. And RDO, with the help of Duster, especially when he's got that overcharge, can make an aggressive move.
Yeah.
Six Fat back on this Bloodseeker. I want to see a lot more aggression out of him in this game, if that's possible.
It's tough, especially against this Sven. Again, he's somebody who's a lot better at standing his ground when he's ruptured. Tons of HP. And of course, he has tons of movement speed, so he's able to just kind of walk out of the blood rights. 370 on himself with the boots of speed, so anytime he pops it, just walk right through, turn around and walk back, depending on how far into it you are. Not a lot happening there. Yeah, there he goes. You see it again. Just bound to happen.
Field for keeping the Bloodseeker solo at times, to the point where he's level 4.
Somewhere, someone lays blame.
Really, so is Husky. An interesting Blood Right. Stormhammer, Chilling Touch isn't a Cold Feet. Don't get far enough away from it. Now they've got the Battery Assault. Sexy Fat has the Blood Right. Might be able to get the damage out onto the Ancient Apparition for first blood. They do. Theokor will freeze over. They've got the silence on a Sammy Boy, but afterwards has a Stormhammer to throw and get the kill on to the Clockwork.
Turns around there. You see a 1-for-1. First blood going the way of Haven Liberty, of course. I'd say that was worth it for Zoomers, because again, you're not really slowing down the Sven's farm. He got the last hit on Theokor there. Things speeding up for him. The quicker he can get like these power treads, or sorry, phase boots he's got this game, and the Mask of Madness, the better off
Is
he is.
mid, and Mortimer's Kisses was used. They've got the EMP down. Theokor with the Battery Assault goes after Ocean. They'll get the kill. RDO, meanwhile, loses his boots as the courier up top gets killed by
Structures are fortified.
Beastmaster.
Oh, that'll set you back. Not a good one, unfortunately for him. So, he's probably gonna have to sit in the lanes to go to the jungle if he's got no boots, because again, that much lower attack speed, agility, and you move from camp to camp slower. Otherwise, like, you're happy around the 7-minute mark. You pop in, you get that neutral item, you let Wisp get some solo XP. The two of you would just hit better timings. But now without this boost, probably gonna wait till 8, and another courier going down with these people. The core grabbing that one. See, this is what I like to see. Stick. No wand. Stick. You paying attention to this, Bkop?
I'm paying attention. I'm all ears, all eyes.
And 250
Well,
gold,
courier?
he buys a windlace instead. And because of that, we got this young courier sniper over here, beating
Let
down
me
these
search.
animals with his wrench. This is the kind of gameplay you want to see from your position 4 support.
And to the point where Ocean's now rotated to maybe try and shoo this bug away, this Clockwork.
There's nothing he can do about it, though. This guy has too much movement speed. He's too powerful. 400 on the Clockwork because he's got Trank's Windlace, and he's got little baby Pudge with 300 movement speed. What's he gonna do? Rot him down to die faster? Will he hits him with battery assault?
Yes.
Let's see how that one works out for him.
Probably not well.
Beta male Pudge Stitches player versus the Chad Theo Liqueur Clockwork.
I mean, you definitely got to be a Chad to wear all that armor and still walk that fast, right?
Yeah.
Battery Assault, Cogs, Mortimer's Kisses, Husky in trouble. So is Theo Liqueur. And Mortimer's Kisses will do a bit of damage on a Gunner. They do trade those kills. Hiko gets credit and then will TP back to mid. We've got Rupture to work with now. And you were talking about how Sman likes to stand his ground. That's the combo that I'm thinking about. Rupture, Mortimer's Kisses. If he's going to stand his ground, then see you later.
Yep. Top lane.
Mid lane,
mid lane,
actually. Tornado as well as the hook. Hiko, Scatter Blast, Ocean in trouble. EMP is there. Cold Feet does the damage to get the kill. Now they've got the Rupture on a Gunner. Blood right down. He'll avoid it, but he's so low, he'll end up dead regardless.
Yep. No Ghost walking out of that. Already below 25% HP, so they would have had True Sight onto him there. So there is just no escape. Top lane Monkeys Forever is trying to take advantage of the fact that they just did that push down this tower. He's got the 2 points in the Inner Beast, 4 into the Boar. So whacks away this tower. I'm actually surprised that Sammy Boy's not in there assisting. There we go. Pops the God Strength, cleaves down the creep wave. They'll probably move onto this tower pretty quickly here too. And then the game is paused. All right. What do we got going on?
I'll open up the big board of items.
Hmm?
Ooh, quick monster energy pause.
Yeah.
This
I should
2-1's
probably
gonna fall.
continue to drink this one before he gets too warm. Gotta drink these things chilled, they're just not good warm.
It's like some of those generic beer cans that have not must drink, but best temperature.
Oh yeah.
Very hipster. Monster, if you added that, you'd attract another demographic. Or they started selling like Monster 2003 blend.
Mm-hmm.
I only drink Monster that's 10 years old.
Leave it in my cellar for when I have guests over. My Monster cellar.
They have like corked bottles of Monster.
Off the mark there on that hook shot. Thanks to that. Thanks to what? How'd they have vision of him there? How'd he dodge that?
He was just walking around, man. He's got the shining gun.
Yeah. Can read his movements before they come out. The copy player, Theo Liqueur.
Hiko, by the way, going boots travel into the Ags. I would love for him to just go Ags first. I know that's not going to happen, but you got 2,000 gold for that recipe. Go Ags, and then just spit the Void on top of these fights. Spin him up for the Chronosphere. Theo Liqueur on the run gets Cogs. Monkeys Forever for the Primal Roar. Eventually it comes, but he's got nowhere to run, so it gets pushed back by the Cogs. Cold Snap stops the Mortimer's Kisses. Hook misses again on the Theo Liqueur. These Boars trying to do enough damage to kill off the Clockwork, but with some help from Sexy Fat and Hiko, he'll survive for now. But the Tornado EMP from Gunner lands, and he's still dead.
Just barely managed to catch him dead at that EMP. Very sad when you died at EMP. It's like, why didn't you use more mana, nerd? You know? Or maybe why'd you have so much mana? I feel like maybe you didn't have this magic wand, you had the stick instead. You know, he doesn't have the damage to kill you. Bottom lane. RDO. And just snagged his tower along with said catapult, and he does get the last hit on it. Nice.
Hiko,
Mid.
hook, nice with the Tornado. Now the Rupture comes in. Hiko survives for now. They've got the Silence on it too. Here comes the Void. Can Hiko stay alive? No, he falls. Gunner and Monkeys Forever are already dead. They'll take a third in Ocean. RDO makes the rotation. Doesn't need to use the Chronosphere for that fight. And right back towards bottom. So that feels great.
4 for 2, sorry, in total there. It sucks to lose Hiko, who's doing so well this game, but of course anything to secure a little bit better game for RDO. So RDO's starting to come online. He's got his Basket Madness, and he's actually opting to go Echo Saber next. He wants a quick Silver Edge. Is that really the play? Am I crazy? I don't think that's the play. I know he's got this and Assange queued up. Okay. What are you playing at? Echo Saber into Assange.
We'll have to see. Is Echo Saber worth it on Void?
I mean, it's a good item in general. It gives you mana regen.
Can be disassembled too, so it's not like he's
But the fact
fully committed.
The fact that it doesn't give you any agility, like, it's obviously much better on strength heroes. I don't know. I feel like Silver Edge isn't that big to have this game. It's not like you're breaking through anybody's defenses. You have that Chronosphere. I don't know like where the hard commitment for this Echo Saber comes from if you're not really needing a Silver Edge in the late game.
Tornado already used RDO. Time Walk doesn't catch Gunner. Or, well, doesn't get right on top of him, that is.
They smoke up on Ocean. He's gotten a couple good hooks off this game, but again, different position 4 could have had a bigger impact, I feel. Here he comes. If you can get a hook onto Hiko, then a pretty good place. He got it last time. They think that there's vision up here now. But they have a sentry there all... No, this is the enemy sentry. Alright, okay.
Are they wrapping? Looks, no, they'll go top. It looks like they want to wrap around. Meanwhile, I like this. RDO just continuing to farm. They know they've got the relocate to get in these fights. Don't need to be there immediately, and they can relocate into a Chronosphere. Like, they could be perfectly positioned and ready to go.
Sammy Boy.
And Sammy Boy might be that one, or Gunner. They've got Mortimer's Kisses. The hook misses from Ocean. That means Gunner's dead. However, Sammy Boy comes over with God Strength and relocate. There's the Chrono, exactly as I talked about it. It sets you up for the Chrono. Ice Blast is coming in, but it's not going to save Sammy Boy.
That is a interesting combination of plays there. They tried to go on a Sammy originally, catch the Evoker instead. He comes up the hill, onto the backline, manages to catch him while he's using that Mortimer Kisses, but, you know, in comes the Faceless Foe with the Wisp, and ends up being a pretty good fight for War Zoomers. Hiko, this game again, he's committed to this build that he went on Snapfire the game before. Boots of Travel, double braces, and then into the Aghanim Scepter after. And I feel like he could have benefited from an item that helped him fight a little bit more, but mid lane.
Sexy back
on him.
Oh.
And it's paused.
Oy.
Clockwork DCing. Unfortunately, no Chronosphere up for another 120 seconds. You do have a Rupture here on Sexy Fat, but I think you just kind of accept that you're dead and everybody on your team just moves along. Ooh, we can look at pause. Look up here on Tico. He's in midair. We get to see some action.
Well, let me hide the playground. Let me get a showcase. Oh, look at Mortimer.
He's an adorable little idiot. Look at him. Look at his stupid, adorable face, everybody. Oh, my God. He's so happy. Just gave him a cookie. Oh.
It's like when my dog used to get a treat. He would kill it first, basically. Bring it into the den, throw it against the wall, and then jump on it.
This is actually incredible detail on this hero, like the newer released ones. I mean, look at Snapfire on top of
it's a little stretched.
Like you can see the wood, the indents, like she's just holding onto the edge of the wheel. Compare this to somebody like Morphling, it is wild.
The go-to comparison hero. This hero looks good. Morphling looks like garbage.
I'm sure we can find someone else who looks like garbage. I mean, we've got two personas, which are recent. Faces Void got a rework a while ago. Clockwork's got a set on. Bloodseeker look is very messed up right now, so I can't get a good look at him.
Very bright.
Yeah. That's just not going to happen. I want some sort of other comparison here, you guys. Come on.
Mouth is moving during a pause. Your pause, dude. This is Vac hack right here. Ban him.
Even compare like Mortimer to Clockwork. Clockwork is ugly. He looks like he's from Team Fortress 2. I said it.
They're getting hats. They still get hats every now and then.
Do they?
I have no idea. Just making things up.
Nice.
RDO continuing to farm, but we talked about, you know, will the Sven farm enough even without the Wisp? And it seems to be that way as the Dismember on a Duster with the hook. It lands, they get the kill onto the Wisp. RDO losing that companion. Tornado EMP. Time walk away, just too slow. The lineup on it is pretty long.
Got the deny on the tower, though. Nice timing there with the Tornado EMP. This is somebody who has done this a million times before. No, he still got the Tango. He cuts down their tree. Doesn't loot the mango, though. Rookie move. No snack for later. Gunner eventually, at some point in this game, is going to be hungry and wish he had picked up that one mango that was still on the floor there.
Almost has the Ags on Snapfire. Cold Snap, hook in the EMP and Rot. Another kill here on a Sexy Fat.
You die as you lived, insipid and ignorant.
He goes down. And still smoked up here on Husky, looking for a little bit more. Just trying to get some wards up where they don't have vision. Making sure they don't have vision of them. Very far on the other side of the map right now on RDO. Let's face this void. Even though there's been a couple of kills in this game, it feels like a lot slower pace than the other games today.
I wonder if they're waiting. Ooh, Ice Blast? He goes in a bit of a bad spot. Hook shot misses. Now Sammy Boy goes into the God Strength. Stormhammer, Chrono. But Hiko still freezes over, so even with the Chrono, well, Hiko can't get Mortimer's kisses off. They look over as Ocean has the Dismember on a Sexy Fat. They get the kill on a Duster. They look over at Hiko. They've got themselves a second. Gunner goes in Viz, but he shouldn't be in Viz anymore with Sexy Fat alive. They find RDO, though, and they get the third kill. This is a very bad fight right now for Haven Liberty.
And their positioning just wasn't good at the start of that fight. You know, you want to be able to get that combo with Snapfire and Faces Void, or even Bloodseeker and Snapfire. The Mortimer Kisses need to rain down the enemies, but, you know, you're still frozen. You can't do it. That's one of the major issues I have with Hiko's build here on this mid Snapfire. You have the boot to travel, great. You're able to get around. You have these braces for a little bit of bulk and damage and regen. But the enemies go so unpunished for going on top of you. You can't move yourself away. You don't have a Heaven's Halberd to disarm them. I feel like it just needs to be refined a little bit. The boots of travel are okay for pushing the lanes and making sure you can be in position, but they get on top of you. You've got nothing, and suddenly they brought down your mid hero.
Yeah, I don't really like the boots of travel early. Not that I think Ags is going to be like this big game changer, but I probably would appreciate more something other than boots of travel this early into the game.
Well, I'm not convinced that the egg's going to be a major difference. I think it can pair with Theo Liqueur here pretty well, though. Still need another 1,050 gold top lane.
Gunner on the run, but Ice Blast hook actually gets him out of the Ice Blast. They still have the Dismember. Sexy Fat just not having the game that he would like on this Bloodseeker. Both games, actually, he's been stymied pretty hard.
And boy, tearing through this top tower in just a second. He had a God Strength Alacrity on him. It's going to be down in pretty short order. After they get that, they might move their way to the Dire Tier 2. Take this Shrine here, and then go for Roshan. They try to get Husky with the Mortimer Kisses.
Oh, just getting him. Sharpshooter hug. Hiko. EMP, Cold Snap, and it looks like Theo Liqueur will die again. Ocean now 9 stacks of Flesh Heap.
And they're out for blood still. Salmon Boy playing very far forward in the enemy territory. Sexy Fat not far behind. I'm not sure they want to walk up into the enemy team's triangle right now. Wait till this AA is alive, maybe. Again, they'd be pretty happy or pretty content taking Roshan as well after they grab that Shrine. Tier 2 pushing in. They might want to grab it first, just so the enemies can't re-engage the fight after teleporting to that tier 2.
Bounty.
And there's the Axe finish, so that'll give the Gobble Up and Spit Out.
Oh, unfortunate Ocean with the Invis rune, hooked the catapult. Missed Sexy Fat on that Bloodseeker there, who almost has his Yule Scepter. Once again, we see the Bloodseeker not have such a great game, though. Earlier in the tournament, you'd seen like tons of aggression from this hero, but if he doesn't have a good laning phase, I feel like if the enemies just play these heroes that can sort of walk out of the blood rate because they've got high movement speed, build early boots, they deal with it pretty well. See if it falls out of favor going forward at the end of this group stage and towards the playoffs.
Zap. Core in some trouble. Chronosphere on the back lines of this fight. They catch Sammy Boy. They're just not doing any damage. God Strength gets used. Gobble Up, Spit Out. And now they'll find the kill on a Duster. Core is also dead. Hook onto the TPing out. Faceless Void. That means RDO dies. 3 heroes dead. Sexy Fat next as he's caught in the ice wall. And he will fall.
He conceded and accepted his fate there on the Bloodseeker. It felt pretty bad.
Yeah.
Wasn't even trying to walk away. But with them beside Roshan, you know, thank you for bringing us here. Thank you for giving us an excuse to pop God's Strength nearby the pit. We'll grab this Aegis now. Thank you very much. And we'll continue our push not long after. We got Beastmaster and their Beast. I'm pretty sure this is the next level of... No. This is their Defiance.
Oh, they'll find Hiko. Ice Blast hits. Down goes Hiko. Gone for 49. It feels like Gunnar is connected with the rest of his team really well at the moment. Just shake and bake, you know?
Yeah, I love shake and bake. It's the, it's like bad panko, right?
It's shake and bake, Talladega Nights. Probably bad panko. It's probably a real thing.
Oh, I thought it's like a brand of like the stuff that you put on
breadcrumbs.
Like breadcrumbs. Yeah.
I need to get panko breadcrumbs. Once I'm, you know, not working at dinner time, I'm gonna be cooking a lot more. So.
I see. My meal prep is just me putting dollar bills into a box. Oop.
Stormhammer hook shot. What? I guess maybe hookshotting in to stop Sammy Boy, but he hookshots into death instead.
He's fair with 2 kills, and they'll probably take the tier 2 tower mid off of this. No fortification up. Necronomicon units out. Boar's here. God's Strength active in a couple seconds. But he might just go for Hiko. He sees him here. Pings him out and says, I got Aghanim Scepter. I could just run at this guy. Who's going to stop me? He can't run away from me. All he's got is his Aghanim Scepter.
He jumped back into the Ice Blast. Oh, no. Tornado hits. Gunnar now dominating. He's 6-3-11.
Yeah, and while they're doing that, they take this tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Nobody's going to stop them. In fact, I'm not exactly sure why they moved from bottom to mid again. Beastmaster had it under control. Sammy Boy's got the right idea. He says, come on, guys, let's go. Faster, faster. We zooming. Zoomy's got a zoom.
Zoom, zoom. Or generic car, I'm sorry.
Tornado comes out, doesn't connect with anyone though. Make things too easy for Sammy Boy. Fortify is up for the enemy team. They did take that tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. Refreshing that for them.
They're looking to just finish this game.
I mean, they could.
Big fight, and they could just finish it. There's no tier 2 standing. Gobble Up, Spit Out, and all of a sudden, they go for the hook shot out on a Gunnar. He's in some trouble. He doesn't have an Aegis or anything. That's on Sammy Boy, but Gunnar is able to escape. Use the Rupture on him like this forever. They relocate back out of the fight, so now you no longer have the Faceless Void or the Wisp. It feels like you're just conceding these deaths. They're gonna try to fire Snap Cookie onto the high ground. Chrono on a 3, but no follow-up damage. I mean, Hiko can't do anything. He's locked up, still ends up dead. Stormhammer hits RDO. Neither of these heroes have buyback.
And there goes your tier 3. There goes your Barracks. Oh, there. They call it, you're right. My god, 24 minutes. If only for Zoomers could have had a game like yesterday when Sammy had to go. So?
Would have been 70.
Haven Liberty, they lose this 0-2 for Zoomers, and they really need the series. I think this basically is the nail in the Haven Liberty coffin for this tournament here.
Certainly close. I'm not entirely sure, but who knows? I just don't know at this point. I can't tell with the standings. You know what? I'll ask in between these series so we can kind of give a better.
Either way, we do have one more game out of them tomorrow against Bkop. Haven Liberty is one of the first teams to be finished, though. But they put on a nice show for us today. Got to see mid Snapfire again. Didn't end up working out. Again, my main concern about it is just how easy it is for the enemies to run at you. They go pretty unpunished. You need to be very careful with positioning when you try to run this. It's got potential, though, but for Zoomers, nice job today. Sam Boy, amazing performance last game, but this time around, I'd say just Monkeys Forever, keeping his eye on the prize and that Beastmaster, keeping the towers pushed up and just total map domination by them.
Yeah, birthday hangover lasting for 4 Zoomers. For Sammy Boy, does really well in both games. They take 2-0. So coming up next is Team Brazil up against Infinity Esports. We'll be back with that in a second. Stay right there.